welcome to this new member spotlight. So I'm joined today by one of our members, Paulina Worthington. So I'll hand straight to you, Paulina, and tell us a bit more about you and what you do.
Oh, okay. Hello, Kerry. Hi. So what I do, I am a financial planner. So I deal with all sorts of things with regards to finances. I normally meet my clients and go through like a holistic financial fact find to find out, everything about them, their current circumstances, the plans for the future, medium sort of term and long term as well. And then I put some sort of plan in place in order to get them where they want to be. And so this involves retirement planning, protection planning, investments, tax mitigation for individuals, businesses and charities as well. I am appointed representative of St. James's Place Wealth Management. So I work together with St. James's Place. It's a FTSE 100 company. There is a guarantee for suitability of my advice for my clients. I also deal with mortgages, and this has been crazy recently. There's just so many people wanting to buy houses these days. It's nice to see it, and it's a very rewarding thing to do as well for me. To be able to help them, because it's a huge event in everybody's life. So I'm enjoying this. And I would say that I focus on helping people, really. So it's not just about, very wealthy individuals or businesses that have been running for years and are very successful. Everyone needs some financial planning, regardless of, how much money you earn. So I've got loads of different clients, wealthy, more wealthy, less wealthy. It doesn't matter. We all have plans and goals.
Brilliant. So how have you always been in finance then, or how did you get into this particular career and working for yourself?
Yes, so I suppose you could say that it was always financial services, but mainly I worked as an accountant for a good number of years, about 7 or 8 years. So I started as a payroll manager, so I was dealing with pay basically, but then I moved on into preparing financial statements and dealing with tax returns, companies, partnerships, sole traders. So I've been doing that for a while, and I also got qualifications as well as an accountant. But it got to the stage where I wanted a little bit more interaction with clients. So I was seeing people, time to time, but it wasn't as regular. And and I'm a people person. I think I like that kind of interaction. So I was looking into doing something else. So I've got a law degree as well, which I did in Poland when I was younger. So I decided towards the end of my accountancy career, where I thought, that's not something for me. I'll perhaps try to maybe something to do with the legal side of things. So I did a conversion course called GDL in Leeds, where I got a graduate diploma in law, because like English law is different to Polish and European law. So I did that, but then of course, if I wanted to be a solicitor, I would have to have 2 years of training, which meant that I would be again employed, and I just didn't want that anymore. Because in the meantime, as I was studying, I became self-employed insurance advisor, and I just found that amazing, the flexibility that I had. If I needed more money, I'd work a bit harder. If I needed some time off, spend with my family, I could do that. So as soon as I had a taste of being my own boss, I just thought, I can't go back, even for those 2 years. So then a friend of mine told me about St. James's Place, and I joined the academy. So I traveled to Manchester for a half a year on about 3 or 4 times a week and joined the academy. And I passed all my exams that I needed to achieve diploma in regulated financial planning. It was hard, but I did it. And I started my own business a couple of months before the pandemic.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've had a odd start out then.
But
with
it's very interesting because, as a financial planner, as a financial advisor, throughout your career, there will be times when markets will be going down, due to different sort of reasons. This pandemic is obviously not much to do, it was with finances, it was to do with health. However, it affected the markets a lot. And I actually think that it was good for me to start in those times, because I've experienced it and I know in the future, what can happen, how people react who have investments, emotionally, to seeing the money perhaps sort of having less value in a short period of time. But I saw what happened after that, markets recovered. So not every financial advisor would have had the opportunity to actually experience that and have that knowledge. And I sort of, have it from the very beginning. So
that's really a great way of looking at it.
yeah.
Actually, is that it's taught you. It's probably a very steep learning curve very quickly of things that you maybe wouldn't have experienced again for another 20-30 years or something. So yeah, what a great way of thinking, how you can spin that positively. It's good to hear. Yeah.
And I must say, I was obviously, I wasn't able to see clients face to face.
Yeah.
It can be sometimes a bit daunting, to have a first meeting with somebody online. But it's fine now. The first couple of weeks perhaps were a bit stressful, but now I know, I put people at ease. First 5 minutes maybe a bit awkward, but after that it's all okay. And I'm used to it so much. It's actually quite weird to go and see people face to face. Obviously, we're not really always allowed to do it still at this stage, but very soon, hopefully, we will be. So
yeah, we're all just still kind of getting back used to that, aren't we? And getting out in the world a bit, and what you can do and who you can see and stuff like that. So you mentioned obviously that flexibility of working for yourself and being your own boss. And I mean, was that the sort of main motivation in the dream of setting up your own thing then?
yes, I think that was, but also I always felt slightly limited, by the people I was working for, just because I had to rely on their own perception of me as an individual and my own capabilities,
Yeah.
because it was up to them to perhaps pay for some courses or put me, give me some more responsibilities, whereas I just wanted to decide for myself. I didn't want to rely on what somebody thought of me or whatever. I know what I'm capable of, and I want to go for it. So I just decided that it's probably best if I just do it on my own. And in my family, my parents have done things on their own. Most of the people are self-employed, and it seemed to work for them very well. So
I was just about to ask, and you sort of answered that. It's a really brave thing, though, to back yourself, and believe in yourself, and think you've got to still have an income, right? And then
yeah.
this thing to work. So was that inspiration, do you think, around you of other people have succeeded and done it, and your family members have done it as well?
Yes, that definitely helps. It just shows that it can be done. And I think, we really need to have the self-confidence, because there are so many people out there that will put you down, or, it just happens, I'm afraid. And so, if you don't have this faith in yourself, then who will? So it's very important, I think. Yeah.
That's great to hear. I mean, yeah, I wish we could all think like that all the time.
Well, I think we all struggle a little bit with that. I suppose pandemic did not really help as well. But it is important to just remind yourself, where you've been and where you are now. I was 18 years of age when I came to this country with A levels and pretty good knowledge and of English. However, I didn't really understand much what people with accents were saying to me.
Right, yeah.
And I had about £100 in my pocket.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I had a job already because I had a friend here, but it wasn't easy I guess, to get where I am now. But I'm proud of myself, and of course, I've made mistakes along the way. Who doesn't? But you just need to learn.
Fantastic. So, other than the enormous obvious, the coronavirus pandemic, what's been your biggest challenge then in setting up on your own and getting clients and stuff as well?
Yes. So one of the challenges definitely was the amount of admin that I need to process on my own.
Right.
And it's quite detailed and difficult, I'd say, admin. So it's not just like filing things, it's a lot of writing special suitability letters for, which have about 14 pages, sometimes 20, depending. We do have software that helps us, but it is just time consuming. So definitely that side of things have been challenging, because you need to find time to network as well, because that's how you get clients. Make yourself known by different means. But if you stuck at home typing, you're not you're not doing that. You're losing out. So that was a challenge. It still is a challenge, but I'm getting quicker at it, and I'm at the stage where I'm thinking of outsourcing this type of work to other people.
Right.
Which I can do. So I guess this, and also with regards to pandemic, again, the fact that people perhaps were a bit more afraid of investing.
Yeah.
What can clearly be seen, that the ones that were brave have made a lot of money.
Right.
Because there is a saying that when everybody goes for something, if people are scared, you need to be brave. When people are brave, you need to be scared. With investing, that's how it kind of works. So the ones that were brave, they have made good profits. Yeah, definitely.
Right. Yeah, I think that it comes up a lot when we're talking within Empower about that challenge around wearing all the hats and all the different roles you have to do, marketing yourself, selling yourself, all the admin, and then not forgetting the admin for your own business too, not just what you're doing for your clients. So it's a balancing act, isn't it?
It definitely is. And I also have children, I've got family. So I've got a dog and a cat.
Just as bad as me. We need to all stop having lots of children and animals.
I know. So yeah, we decided to get a dog during pandemic, and I mean, gosh, he's lovely, but he's a Siberian Husky, so it's not a little thing that he needs a lot of attention. So.
Yeah. It's a busy life that you're managing and juggling around then.
Yes, definitely. But again, the fact that I have this flexibility.
Yes.
To spend time with my children, and perhaps do a couple of hours of work on an evening sometimes, that, or get up even earlier. That helps. It definitely does help.
Great. And so you've obviously achieved so much, and it's great to hear that you're proud of yourself, and not many people say that, actually. So it's really refreshing. But what does success sort of look like to you?
That's a difficult question.
Yeah.
I guess I always wanted to like what I was doing as a job.
Yeah.
And it slowly is happening, because I can see how much it brings to others, what I do for them, how much it helps people. Like I mentioned before, especially with these mortgages at the moment, it's amazing. or with business owners. Because I was accountant before, I can sort of look at different things as well, just slightly, um, what do you say, beyond the box.
Yes.
Outside the box, yeah, that's what you say, yeah, outside the box, yeah. So I have helped quite a few business owners to save, on corporation tax, and perhaps to go back to their accountant to talk about certain things perhaps they could do going forward to
Great.
save some money. So I think that's the success for me, just to be happy with and content with what I'm doing, and seeing the fruit of my work, people being satisfied, and and being happy and staying with me, because obviously that's important to me as well.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, you're around people in really life-changing moments, aren't you? Really.
Yes.
Yeah. And so moving on to sort of Empower, you've been a member for a short time. What brought you to Empower, and what do you like about it?
So again, a friend of mine on social media, that was about a year and a half ago. I saw some posts. She's got a business in York that she's been attending Empower networking events, and I wanted to join a group, and try it for about a year or so, see if it works. Because before, I've been sort of dipping in and out different groups, and just decided that it doesn't work. I need to commit. So I saw what she was posting, and I thought that looks interesting to me. I've attended a few, and then I thought, right, this is great, because it's really it's all about business. Let's not forget the fact that it's about business. However, people were relaxed.
Yeah.
They shared their experiences, not just in terms of the business, but also personally, and I found that really refreshing. You didn't need to have a pitch. I'm not a particular sort of person that likes a pitch, because I think sometimes it's just a bit rigid and just unnatural. I think it's important for people to get to know me as a person, also where I come from, my kind of journey, my purpose, etc. So that looked like a perfect sort of platform for it, and I joined. So so far so good. I have been really busy over the couple of months, really recently, so perhaps not been able to attend as many networking events as I would like to. There's also a book club as well, which I would like to join, but again, it's just the time. But that's how I sort of came across Empower, and I stayed, and I'm happy that I did. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously I would say it, but it's common that people say it's just such a nice group and relaxed, approachable group of normal other people that are doing the same thing as you and have been through similar things and have similar experiences. It definitely just helps you feel like you're not doing it on your own, doesn't it?
Exactly. And sharing tips, and just having a conversation how your week has been, perhaps yeah, getting some advice, sharing everything that you've learned recently as well with other people. It's just a great platform to do that.
Great. Thank you very much. Is there anything else you wanted to add? Obviously, I'll make sure that your links to your business are shared as well.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. That would be helpful. No, thank you for having me. And I hope that I have managed to put across what I wanted in today's spotlight interview. So yeah.
Fantastic. Really, really lovely to speak to you, and interesting to hear your story, and your confidence certainly rubs off. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.